All right, what's up? This is Cody at Legend Sports and Games, and who do I have with me?
Tony Salazar.
And what did you do today?
I got first in Swiss, but second overall at the Legends Invitational.
Yeah. What did you play today?
I played Spright.
Cool.
Melffy Toad Spright, I guess.
The pile.
The pile, sort of. Yeah, the pile.
Just like 16 engines. Let's see what you got.
I got the 3 blue, 3 jet, standard, one of each of these. You can play two red. It's okay. I just wanted to make the deck 40, and it was the only way I could have made it 40.
Gotcha.
You run the frogs, the ice barrier, and the brick. It's fine. Yeah.
I picked that card up, read it, and was just like, oh, it does nothing. Okay.
No, this card, you activated it. It should have just been a normal spell. I don't know why it's a continuous.
Yeah.
It just eats them. It just uses spawn trap zone. I run the 5 nimbles. These are standard. And then I ran the Melffys.
Yep. These cards were annoying for me.
These cards are really good. The Herald's really strong into Ubel.
And Fiendsmith. It just answers both engines so well.
They're really good into that. So if they lead normal summon the Beckoning Beast,
it just turns off opening from there. Yep.
It just turns that off. It also turns off the extra normal summon from the forest. Will just negate and turn off the extra normal summon. So it's really good for that. And also a board you can make under Shifter, because if you Shifter them, spoiler, the Shifter in the deck. If you make Shifter, it's really hard to make. You can't make Toad because Toad needs to send a grave for cost.
Yep.
So not worth it for that. So that's the main engine. Oh, I guess these are technically engine.
Spright Gamma Burst,
yeah,
Double
Gamma
Cross,
Burst,
the standard.
Yeah, these are standard. You don't run Smashers because Smashers is underwhelming. The end board ideally will end on 3 Omni Negates, a bounce, and whatever red and Karen plus whatever hand trap you have.
Yep.
So it's basically an FGK.
I couldn't break the board.
So you don't want, and Smash doesn't really do anything. You can side it if you were that worried about stun or something, but it's not good.
Word.
Then for the actual non-engine, the one called by 2 talents. Had to make it 40. I also would probably run 3 talents. Talents is really good today. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's the West Michigan ratio. 2 talent, 1 called by.
Yep. Standard. We run the best card in the game, Shifter. Is the best card in the game. So please don't ban it. I need it for my wins. 3 Ash, Staple, 3 Imperm, the second best hand trap.
Here.
And then 3 Droll. This card's really bad. Don't run it. It doesn't really do anything. The most it did today was I got Mulchamied. My opponent was on his 5th or 4th draw, and I drolled him so he doesn't get an extra draw.
An extra draw, yeah.
But I drolled on my own turn, so my opponent, opponent doesn't get an extra draw.
Yep.
It was not good. Don't play it. It probably should have been It probably should have been Valor, realistically.
Valor or Ogre, probably.
Valor or Ogre. I sided Ogre today. Nibiru is bad, so don't have it be Nibiru.
Yeah, with so few non-engine, especially.
Yeah.
Nib just needs to pair with something, and you don't have enough of the non-engine slots to make it work, right?
Yeah, I run 15, and the logic behind Droll was, so I'm not running a bunch of hand traps, obviously. So I want cards that have a chance of just ending their turn.
Yep.
And Droll it theoretically just ends the turn.
It could do that, but it
just doesn't a lot of the time. So
decks are just too strong now.
Yeah, especially since everything sets. They don't add.
So that's 40 card main deck.
40 card main deck. Gotta love to see it.
All right, go to side deck. Sure.
3 Judgment. So I run this package for going first.
Not true.
Prosperity, anti-spell, and 3 Judgment. So what you're trying to do is this deck hard folds to Dark Ruler no more.
So you have to be able to beat Dark Ruler.
You have to be able to beat it. So these 4 just beat it on their own, and then Prosperity to get into it. Because you can just side out the 3 Drolls really quick, and you can side out if you want, you can side out Gamma Burst because you're just FTKing them on the spot, and then anything else you want, just for these 5. So these are going first package. They were strong. I never drew this, but these cards were strong. 3 Cosmic. I was expecting a Runic Stun.
We all were.
Because that deck is real. Still, especially with our friend Ben around, he top nats with it. He's really good with the deck. So
scarier than anybody I've played on it.
He's the scariest person I've ever played with stun. Because he plays really complex decks normally, So now when he has to like use his brain power on like a deck that this in quotes requires little thought, he's just a genius at it. So
Yeah, we were all scared of Ben this weekend.
yeah, like all of us, like we knew Ben was gonna play and we knew he was gonna be on stun, so we all cited like at least 3 cards for him because we did not want to lose to him. So that worked out. It worked out great for everyone. 3 Ogre. I think this is probably the best hand trap. One of the best hand traps, low key. It's good into Yubel. It's okay into Snake Eye. You can hit like you can hit the IP on your turn, or if they already summoned off Flamebird and they activate Flamebird to put the IP, you can Ogre the Flamebird. That way they don't have follow up, or a way to get the IP out. You can hit the Temple on your turn as well. It's okay.
Could also hit Desiree if they're still playing that.
Yeah,
I guess
hits Desiree if they open that well. It's just okay. It's mostly in there for Yubel because
it's pretty good in Yubel for sure.
Dark Ruler. This card underperformed today, and it's not too surprising why. It has the issue where Yubel, if Yubel gets to make his board unchallenged and they have like a decent hand, like a two card combo hand.
Yep.
It's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna force a trap and get negated by Desiree. So I think the card was underwhelming. But I couldn't think of anything else that would be good in the matchup unless I just fill my deck with hand traps. But I don't. It just didn't feel right.
You just can't do it. Yeah.
I just can't do it. But then the one more charming. So I only have one. But I drew it once, so I think that's already more than I deserve.
Oh yeah, extra deck.
You run the Zeus package.
Yep.
Zeus is broken into Yubel.
Pretty good.
It's really good. Top deck wars, even though you might sometimes you lose top deck wars to Yubel.
Chill.
The 2 Melffy cards.
Yep.
Really good.
It's a funny looking Melffy.
Yeah, this is a Herald of the Melffys. Very strong. The Mannequin Cat. I was going to run a target for it, but I ended up not running the target. It's still very good. You can, if you get Perulia, you can Mannequin Cat, bring it back, summon Swap Frog.
Okay.
And so it's fine like that.
Sure. Is your target for it a secret tech or?
So I was gonna run it. Perulia took its spot, but I was gonna run Christia.
Okay.
Everyone's on Fiendsmith.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you get Fiendsmith, if you make it on your end board and they play Fiendsmith cards, you can just summon Christia when they summon Moon.
Yeah, and then they're just stuck.
Lurie, and they're just stuck. Or if they Valor you, you can make Mannequin Cat summon the Valor, summon Christia because it's a light. So you're good. You're good on those two. Then you run the standard engine stuff. These 2 gigantic, 1 sprint. I want to run 2 because the first one gets negated. Then you want a second one because you still have anglers in your deck. So maybe 2 if you want to fit it. The OTK machine mosquito. I actually didn't OTK anyone with this. This made Zeus most of the time. Soul Sleeper never made it once. Nightmare necessary because you get a floodgate or a back row you can't out. Made it once or twice. SP really strong. IP never made it, but I actually don't know what the situation would be where I would end on IP instead of
your
the
cat.
Melffys.
Yeah, the Melffys.
I actually don't know what the situation would be. This card might be cuttable because of that.
And then for the second sprint, probably.
Yeah, probably for the second sprint. But I didn't want to cut it because it just never came up. But I guess I'd have to want to try it more. Toad, and then Dark. Dark was the flex spot for the weekend. Dark came up once, stole my opponent's Muckraker and started making gigantic with it. The thing is, it could have been a sprint because he imprinted my sprint, so I would have made a second sprint had I ran it. But I made Dark and made my way to gigantic. But yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and there's the list. Any shout-outs for us?
Shout out to Legends for hosting the event. It's a really cool event. It's really cool that this is gonna be an annual thing. I think it really motivates people to want to get better at the game, want to try harder, show up to locals more, try to get leagues points, and show up for the more competitive events.
All right, thank you.